It's another fabulous Sunday afternoon. Welcome everybody. It's another episode of Jib Jab Talk. We got a couple of things we're going to introduce today. First, of course, is me, KT, Katora, and we got...
Hey guys, this is Micah.
Alright, we got Micah on the line. We're all here. The gang's all here, guys. Just a little something we're going to talk about today. I know people have been through it. But it doesn't hurt to keep on bringing it up, I guess, you know, Mike? Because people, they need to be reminded of some things. People run out of ideas. So we're just going to talk about getting by during this quarantine. I'm not sure if it's much of a quarantine anymore because they're opening up, you know, different phases and whatnot of allowing people back to things. But quarantine get by because people are still staying at home, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most people are still staying home. I mean, there's some people who are brave enough to go out and take a chance. But if you're smart, you're staying inside.
So
but, I mean, if you're going to be working, I mean, if you're going to go outside, you're still taking a chance. But if you're smart, you're staying inside. You know, keep yourself distance from other people. And even if you do go outside, you're wearing a mask. So, but I mean, you do need stuff to do inside the house. So, this is a good topic to keep talking about.
Yeah, I mean, just some of the things I'd like to do when the nation was on complete lockdown, I suppose, complete quarantine, where they were saying nowhere to go, don't get haircuts. I did a lot of outdoorsy stuff. I enjoy exercising anyways, and since I couldn't make it to the gym because all the gyms were closed, the best thing for me was I was taking bike rides all the time. I was outside walking, and I swear I probably did this 90% of my day, honestly. My dog Rupert, he was tired of me. So
yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I went for a lot of walks when it first started up. I would go for walks, and then, I would, read some bit. I really got into making drinks. Not drinking, well, yeah, I did drink a lot of them, but...
So you became an alcoholic during the quarantine, is that what I just heard?
No. But I did learn how to make, a lot of different drinks, and I bought, the supplies and stuff. Because in the beginning, I didn't think that it was going to be very long. Maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months at the most, and I'll be having people over. But as you can see, it's going into its, 9th, 10th month almost?
I don't think so. It only started in March. So maybe 6 months tops.
So 6 months, I mean, it seems like it's been 4 years.
All right, so what type of drinks are you making here?
Well, I learned how to make perfect margaritas.
Okay.
First I was using that lime juice that you buy, and then I moved up to just making my own lime juice. Fresh lime.
I mean, is that a thing, making your own lime juice? Sounds like you're just cutting a lime.
Well, I mean, I'm using my own lime juice. I'm not using the lime juice from the thing.
So you're going fresh. You're going fresh with it.
I'm fresh with it, yeah.
Okay.
Fresh lime juice. And I'm not using any sour mix or anything. I'm using just fresh lime juice, tequila, and some simple syrup that I made myself.
Did you?
I learned how to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I learned how to make simple syrup. It's pretty much just pure sugar. It's just a cup of white sugar, and then a cup of water. And then you boil it until the sugar's completely gone.
Okay.
It's good for 30 days.
Oh, that's nice to know. That's super easy. Why are we buying simple syrups? Ugh, forget about it. So
I mean, you end up getting the beaties if you take too much of it. So.
I got you. Yeah, I got you.
But I mean, after that was pretty much what I started off doing when this first started.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I was still going to work because I do work in healthcare, so we're still, I'm not exactly, I wouldn't say I'm frontline worker type person because I'm not a nurse and I'm not down with COVID patients every single day like a lot of people are. So big ups to them though for doing that and trying to keep themselves safe and keeping their family safe, and I hope they continue to do that. However, so it was work, it was exercising, you got to see people walking around the neighborhood. I enjoyed actually seeing a lot of families, of course families who are social distancing, but I did get to see more families out just enjoying each other's company. Parents playing with their children, outside. I didn't know my apartment complex had so many kids until, quarantine happened, and then everybody came outside. It was like a brand new day. It was lovely. It was nice to see, because it's something that you don't see too often. Many people, even though they were allowed to go places, didn't go places and were stuck inside. Not stuck. They made their own choices to be inside, watching TV, or either being at malls, being at, places of movies, restaurants, and whatnot, but not really enjoying each other's company because they're not around each other. People have their own agendas most of the time. So it was cool to see that. That's what I enjoyed seeing.
Yeah, you do see a lot more people, people walking around, even though they were, just families, even just couples walking down the street, just enjoying the day. Because, after a while, those first couple of weeks, maybe that first month, everyone was just pretty much staying inside. Anyway, it was something that we weren't used to, unless you were somebody who just didn't go outside to begin with.
I gotta tell you, though, that me, I enjoy being around people. I don't mind being around people, but truly I am an introvert. I'm fine being by myself and just being with me and my husband, Dave. I'm fine with that. That doesn't bother me. So honestly, and when I went for walks and when I do things outside, because Dave's not very outdoorsy, I do it by myself anyways. So for me, this was just a chance to have fun and get inside my own head and do the things that I like doing more, which is one thing that I noticed a lot of people have been doing themselves. Like you said, getting into making drinks, other people getting into cooking, making breads, just pretty much finding out things that they enjoy doing or exploring new things that they can do because they had the time to do it,
Mhm.
So
yeah. Now I will admit, maybe that first couple of months I was, blazing through a lot of Netflix shows and movies.
I
work from home.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I watch a lot of Netflix myself, though. Netflix, I don't know where, because, everybody was blazing through Netflix, and they seem to have stepped their game up. I think we talked about this way back. Netflix did step their game up. They've been coming up with some other stuff, and some shows I've been running through. I went from watching a 5-season series in 5 weeks to watching in about 2 weeks. Step my game up, I guess. But
when it first started, I was working, I'm still working from home, but we were starting to work from home, and I would have a TV up on the stand while I was working, and I would just have a show playing, watching it along, and I would blaze through some maybe a series a week.
Right.
Had to cut back and just listen to some music after a while. I was turning them up like that.
I went through all the Marvel Universe movies in order. It allowed me to do that, and it took me about 2 weeks in March, the first 2 weeks of it. Didn't have anything to do, so yeah, that's what I did. I don't know. I got to watch a lot of new things on Netflix, like New Girl. Yeah, I enjoyed that show, New Girl. Expedition Happiness was a really good one. You had YouTube TV, so I watched MJ, The Last Dance. Michael Jordan, that was a really good one. Cobra Kai, caught up on that. And they got some new ones that are out. Note it, we're not paid by Netflix, but Netflix, if you would like to pay us, please tell us. We're always here for you. You told me about some stuff, though, also that you, Zoom parties.
Yeah, we had since people can gather together, there's been a lot of people adjusting to it. I went to a Zoom retirement party where it's pretty much just, they organized it to where people would, log on, and they pretty much just had a Zoom party for them and stuff. Everyone at their own house. So that was pretty cool. I've done some Zoom stuff where I've hung out with friends, just had some drinks, talk, chit chat. Just kind of, it's not the same as being in person. And the past couple of weeks, I've been some moments where it just hit me. It's but rather just be face to face with somebody and having a drink and discussing with them. But you make do with what you got. So I've done some of those.
Right.
I started growing a jalapeno plant. Plant's getting big, but no jalapenos have grown yet, so I don't know what's going on.
It just has to mature. I did see that though. Plant looks healthy. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because of weather. It's starting to get a little cooler out now, I suppose.
Yeah, I had it outside, but I brought it inside because apparently they have to stay at least between 70 and 75 degrees. So
Oh, really?
I got it in.
I didn't know that. Last time when I grew some, I just kept them outside during summertime and watered them every day. And it produced. And I was good with that. Oh, going back to some of these Zoom things that you're talking about parties, or I've seen a lot of people have cocktail times on Zoom, which I thought was pretty cool. Also, the last weekend, or maybe a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, I don't know. It was on a Sunday. I actually attended a Zoom wedding, which was fantastic. They did some social distancing, and then they maybe like 10, 15 people that were actually allowed to go, and they set apart with masks, and then the other people were, I want to say they had all in attendance, they said, through Zoom, and people who were there, about 300 people, so that was pretty cool. I mean, we're still getting to live our lives, it's just in a different way, you know, and
Yeah.
gotta make do with what you got, like you said. So, but also like I said too, people finding new things to do. Even this podcast, you know, me walking in the morning, had me listening to podcast, and that's when I was like, we can do this ourselves. We got this, and finding new things to do, finding fun in mundane times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta keep your mind going. You gotta keep yourself entertained because, I mean, this is a great time. Well, not a great time, but this is a good time where a lot of people can get depressed or, you know, get down on themselves because they're so, you know, stuck inside the house or they're isolating themselves because of the pandemic. And you just gotta keep your mind going. You gotta keep yourself entertained. You gotta keep in contact with people, even if it's just calling somebody on the phone, talking to them for a little bit, doing Zoom meetings, sending somebody a text message. You know, those things keep you going, keep you happy. But, I mean, nobody can just stay to themselves the entire time. If you can, then
That's
I
true.
don't know.
Good.
But yeah.
You're absolutely right about that. But one thing that has gotten us through all of this, everything that we've talked about so far, though, honestly, besides maybe like doing the puzzles, exercising, being outside, trying to get some of that vitamin D, which is always great. Where would we be without the internet right now, though? Streaming these movies on Netflix or being able to do Zoom, you know? It'd be pretty hard knock right now if it wasn't so.
We would be out of luck if we didn't have the internet. I don't know how. Well, you know what? I would think that people would be more entertained because they would be more creative.
If we didn't have internet?
If they didn't have the internet. 'Cause, I mean, I wonder what people are doing who don't have the internet. They can't be miserable. They're probably just doing the best they can or come up with more creative ways now.
Well, I mean, and too, like, you know, they compared it to the Spanish flu when people were quarantining during the Spanish flu in the early 1900s. Yeah, apparently, you know, I guess they had more things to do. They didn't have the more modern conveniences like we do now, but yeah, so I'm pretty sure their days were filled. Lights went off at a certain time, too. So, I don't know. There you have it.
Are you still out there baking bread, growing plants, playing games?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, you're right.
drawing, reading.
So, lots of things to look forward to. Lots of things to do. As any of our listeners, if you have anything that you guys want to let us know about, what you've been doing during quarantine, let us know. We're always interested. You know where to reach us at. You can always message us at jibjabtalk@gmail.com. You can message us at jibjabtalk. We're on Facebook. You can get us at jibjabtalk. We're on Instagram. So everybody get out there. We need you to listen. And we need you to share. We're trying to get more followers. I mean, it's a good podcast. We want you to listen to us. Isn't that right, Michael?
Yeah. And that's another thing. If you didn't have the internet, you wouldn't be able to listen to it. So, you know, take the use of the internet and listen to some Jib Jab Talk.
There's always a library. So we got about 5 seconds. We want to thank everybody who is listening. So click.